are, live in Soundhouse in Dublin. Please welcome to the stage, this is SHIV.
This is who I am. You cannot change what I am. You are definitely not going to have too many problems and not too many issues.
So I fumble a bit, turn my head, then stumble a bit. Been having liminal pains now for quite some time, consistently subliminally intertwined. See, nothing's the same, the pain never stops. She told me to change, I told her that ain't me. Going to bed, I wonder what they see. It's in my head, yeah, you gonna place me. Hey, you better go home and get your honey. Go home and get your pie. Go home and get your honey. Sweet cherry pie. Woo. Every day play the game. Every day still nothing to say. You know there was a time when I lived in my brain, conclusively refused to be another same. I'm holding the chains, effectual cage. Rest she gaze, I'm trying to get free. Mama said you should be coming home.
And that was a brilliant performance by SHIV, and I'm delighted to be here with SHIV.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, how are you?
Good, not too bad at all.
We're going to start with 20 million views.
Yes.
That's absolutely incredible.
Wild, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't really
How?
feel real. You know what? I don't even know. That's the real truth of it.
Yes, you do. There's a secret somewhere.
Well, it's a little bit of luck, I think. I had released my first song in 2019, and I think maybe 3 or 4 months after that, someone in Spotify added it to a big playlist, and the algorithm seemed to like it, and then from there it sort of snowballed. Yeah, so okay. I don't really know.
The big seller there was Golden.
Yes.
What's Golden about?
It's about falling in love, about feeling golden with that special somebody, and yeah, the feeling that you can't really explain.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you're still feeling golden?
Sometimes, some days. It comes and goes.
Cool. And you were shooting here in Dublin in September. Mm-hmm. By the time this airs, you will have had the new album out.
Yes.
Tell me about the album.
The album, it's called The Defiance of a Sad Girl. It's out on the 17th of October. And yeah, it's my first full body of work. I've released EPs before, but an album is a whole different beast, to be honest with you. But it was something I felt like I needed to write. I'm happy I wrote it. I'm really proud of the work that I've put into it. And I'm excited, really, for it to come out. I think sometimes there can be a lot of nerves and, you know, uncertainty and doubt associated with the release, well, particularly for me, I guess, in the past. But I don't think I've tried too hard to do or be anything on this project, and I think that's kind of why I'm just happy for it to be what it is, you know?
Is it your first release since being with Warner's?
It's my first project since being with Warner.
Okay.
Yeah. I've released a couple of singles since.
What's the difference in being with a major and being fully autonomous?
I would say for me, I really enjoy the control aspect of it, to be honest. I'm a little bit of a control freak.
Are you?
Yes, and I struggled with that a little bit when I was signed, because it was difficult to have to kind of pass my ideas through an entire team, and it often felt difficult to know exactly how to delegate it and who was the boss, if that makes sense.
Right.
The dynamic was a little bit tricky at times. And I think being able to choose my team project to project is what feels the best for me, rather than having one team for everything, because one team can't do everything, you know?
Did you have a situation with Warner's where you wanted to push something through and you got resistance?
Yes, but not because I really want to stress that I have so much respect for the team and so much respect for what they did and the opportunities that came from it. You know, I don't know if I supported Lana Del Rey and in 3 Arena and had a song on an Amazon Prime movie. None of that would have happened without them. But it sometimes, I think, maybe felt like, you know, we would have meetings and I think everyone would feel like they were on board. But when it actually came to execution, that was where the resistance started, and that nearly felt more stressful, because I had an idea, it felt like it was good. I would then, you know, move on to whatever had to focus on next, and nothing would happen, and that, you know, would feel really, really frustrating, because I would think, okay, I thought we were all moving here, and then now I'd have to go back and be like, okay, right, well, how are we making this happen, you know?
But now you have full control.
I have full control, and that's both a blessing and a curse.
The Defiance of a Sad Girl is going to be a massive hit.
I hope so.
Yes.
Let's hope by February.
Then it'll be 50 million or $1 billion.
Thank you.
We'll have more from SHIV a little bit later on in the show, but first, also playing live in the Sound House, this is Kyral.
Watch the tide wash away what we were hiding. Moans to the mind. I saw the time. Follow me into the night. Watch the tide wash away what we were hiding. Moans to the mind. I saw the time. Follow me into the night.
That was Kyral playing live in the Soundhouse, and we're going to have a quick chat. I was reading your biog, and you want to bring chaos back to guitar music.
Yeah, I think for us, we're really into injecting like progressive elements into what could have been a pretty standard pop punk sound. And with that, we don't really want to go the modern prog route, which is very clean and very tight. We wanted to make things a bit messy, a bit chaotic, a bit uncomfortable almost for
Right.
people, add a bit of danger to it. We think that makes it a bit sexier overall, you know?
How do you do that?
How do we do that?
Yeah, I mean, you're the bass player. Do you get to tell the guitar player, be more chaotic?
Do I get to tell? I don't get to tell the guitar player anything, unfortunately.
No, she makes a lot of the decisions.
Yeah. But I think when we're injecting that in, a lot of that is through performance. I think it's not necessarily, once you've recorded the music,
Yeah.
it can exist there, but you can really bring it to life in your live performances. So I think that's where we inject a lot of the, what we say, danger into things, right? That's where things get messy.
Yeah, I like it. I like a bit of danger and chaos.
Exactly, yeah. Well, hopefully everybody likes it. Yeah.
I'm sure they will. Wishing you every success. Let's go back to Kyral in Soundhouse.
Think again, she said to me, I feel it once I create something and show
Time for tips and tricks with Kate Ellis.
Hello, Kate Ellis. How are you?
Hey, Andrew. Lovely to see you. I'm
I
well,
have
thank you.
a great idea because I don't normally do this stuff. I'm an agent. I book gigs. I think you should drop Kate and just be Ellis the cellist. Got a great ring to it.
You're actually not the first person to say that.
I thought probably. What are you up to? You seem to be mad busy.
Well, what am I up to? So I'm about to head off to Limerick for a concert at the Lime Tree Theatre with Crash Ensemble, and then I'm going to be in London for a gig with Martin Hayes in Union Chapel, which is beautiful, beautiful venue, and then back with Crash in Ima for a sort of really experimental concert that we're doing there. Yeah, so it's good. It's all going well.
Are you the artistic director with Crash?
I am, yeah. I'm the cellist and the artistic director. Yeah.
Right, great. How long are you doing this?
How long am I doing the artistic directing or the celloing?
The celloing.
A long time now. I started maybe when I was sort of 10, 11, that sort of age, and kind of stuck. And then
5 years ago.
Yeah, just 5 years ago. Yeah. Just those 5 small years ago.
Well, considering the amount of time you're doing it, what's the first bit of advice? What would you tell the young Kate? Where did you go wrong?
Where did I go? Oh, many places I went wrong.
What would you change now?
What would I change? I don't think I'd change anything, which I'm kind of glad I'm kind of glad that just came out. Yeah, I don't think I'd change anything. Okay. I think my main kind of piece of advice would actually just to be a nice person, just to be just to be a genuine person when you're dealing with all, as a musician, we deal with very sort of kind of emotional subject matter. And I think it's important just to be very sort of genuine and very true to yourself, but also just to be very kind and to be very nice and open with people that you're working with, because it's a very funny job. Yeah. It's a very exposing job. It's a very sort of personal job being a musician, and I think just being nice to people and just sort of being considerate of other people would be that's very important.
Okay. And what's the second bit of advice?
What would my second bit of... I think maybe just always listen. I think listen to as much music as you can. Go and see as much music as you can and sort of absorb it all. Everything is always evolving.
Yeah. You're quite experimental as well. I'm assuming you trained classically, but you like to push the boundaries a bit.
I do. That's my favorite bit to do. That's my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I trained as a classical musician, but I was always sort of dabbling in a little bit of sort of something over here, away from the classical kind of training. I was always kind of looking to sort of see what was going on around me.
Okay.
And see what other musicians were doing and how they were playing and what they were writing.
Do you ever try the cello with guitar effects?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I have a lovely pedal board. Yeah.
Really? What's on?
I do. I love it. So I have a delay. I have a really nice reverb pedal. I have a harmonizer pedal.
Right.
There's also a few other bits and bobs that I sort of add in and out. Yeah.
It is pushing the boundaries. Is there any purists that would be revolted by that idea?
Probably. Probably very revolted, but that's okay.
Yeah. Right. And you toured with Bono?
I did, yes.
Yeah. How was that?
It was great. Yeah, we were part of a sort of theatre show that he put together based on his memoir that he wrote, based on the book that he wrote. Yeah.
I haven't seen him in ages. He wouldn't know me from Adam.
Oh, really?
That's a joke.
Very good. Can you hear the drill there?
I can hear a little bit of it. It'll add a certain ambience.
An ambience.
Ellis the cellist, what's your final bit of advice for people, want to be musicians?
I think it's very as sort of as a self-employed musician or as a creative, it's very difficult to sort of juggle the admin side of things alongside with the creativity.
Yeah,
and
they don't go well together.
They really don't. I know for me, it's sort of either one or the other, and I can only concentrate on one or the other.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually important to sort of to maintain both sides of those things. So to not get really bogged down in writing emails and having to reply to people, which is sort of the current, that's the way that we have to work essentially. But I think it's important to sort of do the essential things, but then also to sort of be true to yourself and true to your creativity, and sort of keep that side very up and running alongside everything else. I think, that's important.
And I think a lot of musicians will get bogged down in admin, but it has to be done. You have to make your tax return or whatever it is you have to do. You have to respond to those emails and keep on top of it. And it doesn't really marry well with you going with your delay pedal in your cello and trying to come up with something original.
It really doesn't. Yeah, it really doesn't.
Cool. Well, Kate, I hope you take it on board. Ellis the Cellist. That is just a star name.
I'm considering it.
Okay. Kate, thank you very much for taking part.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
That was Kate Ellis with Tips and Tricks. Thank you very much, Kate. Is there any advice you would want to give to the younger SHIV?
I think so. I would say YouTube is your best friend. You can learn anything on YouTube these days, to be quite honest. I would say practice makes perfect. I was a nervous performer, and I think just exposure therapy has made me into a more relaxed person on stage. And don't be afraid to put yourself out there and talk to everyone.
That is brilliant advice.
Thanks.
It has been a delight talking to you.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And as I said earlier, I don't think we had anyone with 20 million streams before. So we'll bring you back when you're 50.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode. So playing us out, final song by SHIV.
Funny how I read between your lines like pen and pen. I find I'm invited even when you're not around. I go in and out my mind. I try to find that feeling, but it always leaves me hiding. I've been waiting for it, and somehow I still don't feel it. Don't mean to come off selfish, I guess. Sometimes I can't. I've been running from my feelings, conference calling all my demons. Even they think I should leave them. They don't know how much I need. Shouldn't say this. You're filling up my daydreams. Feels like this shit is faded. You asked me about my feelings. I told you what I needed. You turned to face the street, and the cycle keeps repeating. Oh, here comes the thinking. For another drink and cry till I'm asleep. And how'd I get so jaded? Barely 28, and I keep feeling cheated. makes me wanting. I've been waiting for a minute, and somehow I still don't feel it. Don't mean to come off selfish, I guess. Sometimes I can't help it. I've been running from my feelings. Even they think I should leave them. They don't know how much I
so much. Thank you to RT for having us. Thank you to Newbury. Thank you